I've got to give a shout out to Goosebreeder. I think she's an icon of the region. She also has the best gamer tag in all of gaming. And, you know, she's somebody, again, like we had people who stood out in the last one, especially have stood a test of time. Her and Milk on the other side, you could say the same about her. But, well, let's see. There's two big names in terms of organizations in North America as well. So much history. So many big names have come through the likes of these squads. Miss Harvey, Potter, I could go on. But Goosebreeder definitely still stands tall. We'll see what CLG Red can do on the CT side of Overpass.
So far, I mean, they had a bit of a connector stacked and also just pushing into short over towards the B-bomb site. But nonetheless, EG chose the other way. They're going straight out of long, not being hurt, not being contested at all. They got free range here.
They're continuing to move through, and CTs are not in position to get any sound cues from this. If you are in the middle of connector, you can hear people running past the club towards Monster. But of course, the T's are on the other side, but that's something to be aware of. All green from Kiki. I'm not sure if you saw any of those CTs, but she'll soon see them now. Ready for the first one. But what about the rest? Where are they going to plant the bomb now? They could choose to plant it for CT. Indeed, they will do as Goosebreeder and co come through around the toilets.
And it was a bit of a potential there for a lurk, but EG now lose player after player. Oh, but hello. Milky grabs 2 kills and makes it very dicey all of the sudden for CLG. The pressure's on. That's BiBiAhn grabbing a nice kill. She needs more though, and it's not going to be happening. And with that, EG, they snatch away the pistol round.
It's a great way to start things off here as the aggressors take the pistol round. Of course, you need to win a consecutive because Goosebreeder in lightning speed has gone for the force bite immediately. We'll see a replay of that action. Maybe it's quite handy with that USP. Some nice patient shots towards the end there. It didn't work out for her, of course. The numbers were not in her favor. You see Milky finishing off the job. Lovely pair of gloves there as well.
4 kills there for her. My goodness. And again, they were a couple of players down. Not in a most favorable positioning, but if you land a couple of headshots, you can make it work. But nonetheless, here we go. CLG has decided to buy up completely, just leaving Kaude with a scout and having a bit of extra money to work with for potential later on op to come out. But already, EG looking to straight up go out, use their utility wisely to catch them off guard in a couple of positions. And makes it very hard for them to try and contest, and we'll try and hang on for this bomb site.
All right, the numbers are here. Hold on a second. We have a lurk in the smoke. How many kills can she get, though? Mads needs 2. There is a block. The T's don't seem to have realized, and Garden's in red HP, so there she goes quickly, and that is no cover. This might make things very winnable now. Milky finds herself alone, 1 versus 2. There's 1 minute to plant the bomb, so she has the options available to her in that respect, but looks like she might go for the full commit indeed. Just banking on not being pushed. They're still repositioning to come from CLG Red as Milky tries to find where the second player might be. I think she's heard where 1 is, and there will be some urgency to try and get 1 of these kills and then try and find position, because the longer this goes, the more threats there are from the other angles. She's not covering. Goosebreeder from the back will be enough to take the round for CLG Red. They've won the force buy.
Yes, and there was a bit of a panic there coming out. And I mean, understandably so, you have 0 information as to where the CTs are going to be coming from. You spot 1, but then you hyper-fixate on that 1 player, just hoping they're going to come out sooner or later. But little does she know, straight from behind, already Goosebreeder was there. So great timing, great teamwork to keep that 1 player off as a bit of a distraction. Well, there we go. The force buy has been won. And that means also on the other end, the economy most likely is going to be absolutely shattered. Oh. Well, force buy it is.
Absolutely. Until somebody wins a consecutive round, we can expect the force buys to continue for either side. So dangerous playing against a force buy with all those smokes around the bomb site in that round prior. It just creates variance, and that's not what you want when you're looking for that conversion of that consecutive round. Milky's here to trade. That's a very important early 4v4 for EG as they try to abuse the numbers now towards Monster.
Chelsea. Oh, well, she eventually finishes 1 kill, but not before she gets traded. Now, Kaude at least makes it a little bit more dicey, hopes to delay a little bit, but at the same time, the bomb has been planted, and the positioned already, but the numbers still are favoring CLG Red. The only problem is they were stuck behind the same choke point. Now they're going to split up. Two coming out of Monster and leaving then BiBiAhn all the way deep in short. She's not being spotted and actually keeps one of the T's very much busy. MP now also goes down. Ooh, perhaps the Mac-10 can do something. That's a nice dig, but at the same time, she gets a bullet almost straight to the face, and now she will fall. But my goodness, that was still a very, very close round.
Yeah, that was. This is an interesting scenario because only one player has survived for CLG, and the bomb's been planted for EG. It was a close one in the end. But what's key is, like, again, as I said before, in normal circumstances, you might go for an eco now. Once that consecutive round has been won, but with only one player surviving, there's a bigger probability that you could break them on another force buy. So there is a decision to be made here by EG and what they choose to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one went down to the wire. Those M4 shots through the wall certainly helps. More bell rings than a church on Sunday. With
the slightly lost bonus that they do got. Just going to be going for a couple of upgraded pistols, a few flashbangs. See how dicey they can make it here for CLG, but also probably they should know what is to come is not the best buy in the world. So you can already see they're going in too aggressive and make sure that there are trade opportunities there in case CLG just lose a player. BiBiAhn looking for a couple of kills. Here's all the shots straight right after the smoke. And, oh, well, there we go. Oh, that's 3 kills already. Well, luckily the backup also has arrived in case the things do get dicey. But it doesn't, well, maybe she does need the backup, but so far, great hold.
Yeah, I think she's overperformed in that position. Really neutralized the threats. We see that EG didn't go for the force buy after all there. And it was a strong buy, in fairness, from CLG Red. So they will prioritize round number 5. Where their buy will be coming through. So again, even if you have a half buy in a round such as that, you want to have a minimum set of targets. That might be 1 kill, 2 kills, 1 kill in a bomb plant, something like that. They get 1 kill. That's still good for like $5,000-6,000 of damage. So, but here we are. It is the first full buy round now from Evil Geniuses, which will have a Galil in play for Milky. But they'll have plenty of grenades. Now, what will be interesting is the pace they play at. But for a moment, we'll see that the grenade will blow off the door in connector. That's really strong for the CTs because it makes it really hard for Evil Geniuses to take that short B position because they can always be shot in the back as they're looking to secure the whole area. So that is something to keep an eye on as this game continues.
I honestly think there was a bit of a reach, just sending 2 players very deep down in connector, expecting a player to be there. And exactly, there was PiggyKiKi. And she probably also not expecting them to just try to walk straight into her hands, not being ready, and then taken completely off guard. Goosebreeder did take a bit of a hit, and it causes a couple of rotations to come through, a bit of extra help coming out of long. And EG, pretty interesting. They do leave a lurker around, but not really paying too much attention at connector, and exactly that's where Kaude is going to be taking a bit of a peek to see what's up. And so far, well, EG, they're gone.
Yeah, this is an interesting rotation from Evil Geniuses. They removed their lurker from the B bomb site heading towards long. But maybe the lack of toilet position will send them towards the B bomb site because it would be really hard to move onto A. They'd be moving into a crossfire most likely. But Kelsey has great timing on her smoke grenade. We'll see how good it is. Look at that support flashbang from Kaude. Kelsey's gone super deep though. Gonna have to play off of a teammate on short here. You can see Goosebreeder is in position. They're waiting for that bomb plant to start causing the chaos. 10 seconds on the clock now. Goosebreeder looking to swing, but swings alone there. Kelsey, rather than going wide, she goes high around the back to be traded. 3v3 retake now. That was a very important duel won by Evil Geniuses, which makes things even harder for Bibi and co. Dropping into the water now. She moves round the pillar. I'm not sure if that was heard, as they didn't seem to have an idea. Looking for a second one, finding it as well. And now Milky with 20 HP and a smoke grenade has to try and find 2. They're not on the bomb just yet, but this is a very small situation where EG can win this one. But someone's got to get on that bomb. They found her eventually. They have the kit as well, and it'll be a 4th round for CLG.
What a play by BiBiAhn. And it might seem really small, but just using the enemy flashbang to, you know, use it as a bit of a disguise to drop down, and it's not heard, grabbing 2 very impactful kills, which honestly here it completely saved the round, even another finisher. And with that, EG actually going to be calling a timeout here. And yeah, that's rough. They were expecting to win it, but CLG just come up top time and time again, even if the rounds end up being very, very close.
Timeout has come and gone for Evil Geniuses, who trail by 3 now. Their only success coming in the pistol round thus far. So we have a small sample size, but even if you have 3 rounds on the board and you're deeper into a half, and those 3 rounds were the first 3 rounds, then it is a sign of a difficult half. You know, round 2 being against the either anti-eco or anti-force spike, etc. But not even getting that far for EG, so a cold start for them in a snowy Sweden. They will be having an interesting buy here. They've got a Mac 10 on PiggyKiKi, so they'll need to get her into position where she can swing at medium to close range with that Mac 10. This is a good position for it as well for the time being. And again, you want a control connector if you can to stop that pinch into short B by the CT squad. Can commonly see a fast molly towards the bottom of the stairs from the T's and maybe a smoke in afterwards, which will certainly help if the CTs keep blowing the door off.
Interesting. So they actually leave Jessica's to just lurk around in the playground area, and they get rid of the player in connector. So once again, similar like a couple of rounds ago, they lose the control over the middle part of the map, and they're just going to commit with a full stack here. Garden is the first one to take the hit, and already they're being slowed down. Of course, there is plenty of time to work with, but not so much utility, just a single flashbang. It will be thrown right now and needs to be good, but Kelsey can still strike. They hold the defense. It seems so solid time and time again from CLG, and this time around, the aim is just winning it.
Mads just looking to play up with her teammate there. They're so disciplined, CLG. It was great. The flashbang, Mads doesn't overextend. She goes up, has a look, doesn't see what she's looking for, falls back. Doesn't just keep going until, you know, an overextending and then giving them a kill that they're looking for, basically. Credit to the angles Kelsey is holding as well. To the right of that position there, you could see that she had a shadow advantage. As the T's are creeping through, their shadow concedes their position. You can see Kelsey trying to abuse it with the pre-fire there. And that there are so many angles where the CTs are at an advantage in that respect across the map of Overpass specifically. So again, CLG early on looking very disciplined, playing together, playing as a unit, not overextending. They're looking ready to win this game so far.
And the problem is, EG actually tends to look pretty solid when it comes to after plant positionings. But if you don't get to actually plant the bomb, it can be real tough. Now, ooh, bit of a team flash. Empathy can't really do much. Leaves it up to the other two, and they instantly all go down. They go into the grinder as all of them are being slotted in the short choke point. They took a couple of players out, but it's not going to hurt the economy of CLG at all. It just keeps up stacking and stacking. With 6-1, it's just round after round. Now, luckily, with this next round, the buy is looking a lot better. We can have Empathy on the up. Sadly, only 1 kill thus far. It's actually the majority. Everything is in the hands of Milky as far as EG goes.
Gotta say, those last 2 rounds, just seeing Mads' POV, she looks like a very strong player on the CT side specifically. The trigger discipline to let a second player go past and then spray them both down. Really smart stuff from her. She's looking really strong on the CTs. Definitely one to watch as this half continues. EG looking for their first buy-round win, if you will, in this half. And they'll be starting not in the way they were intending. 4 versus 5 for them early on as Garden has been lost immediately. See what they can do to respond to this. They do have some position, though. You can see PiggyKiKi rotating around, but BiBi with the one tap says goodbye to Empathy. No empathy for Evil Geniuses as they get cut to ribbons once again.
And that flashbang, it was almost as BiBiAhn wasn't expecting it. Just turns around, 180, boom, still a shot. Just a beautiful shot that's coming out. Goosebreeder eventually just tops it off. Everything seems very clean. And it's honestly, you might not think it, but the impact that Goosebreeder is having, she might not always be on the top of the server, similar like an IGL that Vilga, for example, would be. But the impact that she has with, for example, these flashes and the utility that she throws to either delay or support the rest of the team is so impactful, so crucial. And that's honestly what makes this CLG roster so strong.
That was a highlight reel of frags in that round. And again, we saw the player who was in... Oh, there's no time actually. There's a rush here with the pistols, so we'll focus on that for the time being. Great rifle support for that AWP. BiBi's waiting for them to line up. Take a ticket. They will. Almost the ace. Not quite, though. So let's see what PiggyKiKi can do here. She has Kevlar, lacking the helmet, so she can get one-tapped by the single M4 in the hands of Goosebreeder. Always a sign of this CT success as well, is how many AKs they are holding at the start of a round. So Piggy can just try to drain the money from CLG Red at the very least. They'll be on the buy regardless in the next round, EG. But when you plant that bomb as well, at this point when you've got max loss bonus, it always guarantees that 4,200. Trying to do some more damage, not being able to on that occasion. But just to go back to the previous round for a second, CLG are still consistently blowing off that connector door. So you saw one player trying to like creep up the stairs in connector and was shot from short B because there is no door there. They have all the angles they want, CLG, once they feel secure in that short B position. So we're seeing a strong CT side from CLG, not just in terms of the round wins and the frags, but tactically, the positioning, the discipline that we're seeing on the B-bomb side with the likes of Mads as well. They are looking very, very strong. So I think that EG are going to struggle to find some rounds here on this T side unless they can get some kind of set play, maybe around the A-bomb site where I feel like by the time they've got close to it, they've had only 2 or 3 people remaining. So if they can keep those numbers up and try and avoid losing someone early, then maybe they can do some kind of execute on the A-bomb side because B seems to be a fortress at the moment.
That's a bit of a question how EG can adapt to it. Seems almost like a read coming out of CLG, knowing how EG take map control, and they definitely have a good shot at it. But, well, there we go. Another nade, and we have seen this time and time again how EG struggle with having that connector control. Once that door is off, they're very hesitant. And, well, they don't even... it doesn't even matter really where they're going to be going. We have just a push coming out of Goosebreeder instead. And time again, each and single time, EG try to take some part of the map, just completely denied.
Kelsey's been dropped through Monster, which is a really important frag for EG because they had very, very limited map control in that situation, especially with Goosebreeder's presence. But now that's going to force CLG back where they can go back. But look at this 2-woman hold around connector. BiBi gonna cover her teammates back and drop empathy. And the urgency is rising now for EG with only 3 players remaining, heading in towards that B bomb site. But as we can see, there's big presence from the CTs on short. It's almost entire presence. A big frag from KOD, which makes things even worse now. 4 versus 2 in favor of CLG. 45 seconds to plant the bomb. Look at these delays coming through. These incendiaries coming in from CLG. They want there to be no smokes left when they try to plant the bomb, but we can see multikill trying to make the way towards A, but Goosebreeder is aware of this. She's ready for both. Swings wide on PiggyKiKi and makes it 9 for CLG.
The rest of the team just got so much information. Of course, there was a big delay, no bomb plant, but none of the other players, either in Monster or Short, were being contested, so Goose is like, well, there's only one option where they can be, and that is most likely just trying to hope that they can catch someone off guard with a bit of a lurk, but no. Again, Goosebreeder keeps on denying. And with that, CLG is on the way to a potential double digits. Also, the money for EG right now is not looking too great. It's going to be another pistol buy coming out. They do, of course, they have quite a bit of utility around it to support themselves, but I'm starting to get a bit worried, James.
From what I'm seeing right now, you would be crazy not to veto Overpass versus CLG for the rest of this tournament because they are so ready for it. What? KOD, what kind of angle was that? I have seen some nasty frags with the AWP on B, through Monster, everywhere. She is a menace with that sniper.
Bit of a change, actually. The players that were over on short gonna be boosting up. Oh no!
Oh,
they
dear.
missed the jump, and obviously that's get hurt. So the boost is out of the window, and with that, they gotta have to change a plan. Do they want to commit? They also need to be aware of their back because who knows what's gonna happen with a broken door, and it doesn't even matter. Well, okay, here we go. Nice kill coming out of Milky. Empathy also tries to get some. Eventually, will strike with the deagle. Also, very much aware of her back. I think this is a smart thing to be doing. But once again, they're ready for the timing. Kelsey is already looking. And I think she spots her. Yeah, there we go. Last final blow. And with that, double digits here already. And keep in mind, EG, they won the pistol. And after that, it's just been CLG just running and gunning.
Yeah, and again, right now, those kills are essentially irrelevant. They don't really have a significant impact on the economy. They just simply need rounds. And there's only 4 more rounds for EG to fight for in this half. And they will certainly hope that they find one here. But again, CLG keep finding the opening frags. They're not respecting their opponent. They haven't been given a reason to so far. And that's the challenge. CLG will make plays every round and say, give us a reason not to do this. We've seen so much action with this AWP towards the B bomb site. But have a look now. Heading towards the playground is KOD. And again, EG have not had much presence towards A early on. We've seen short B be the priority for them, and they have taken that. Missing the flick there is KOD, but she still has rifle support here as well, and that's something you always have to look at. Oh! No, again, the one tap from Bibi. Goosebreeder putting in some work as well with the support. And again, EG are on a 3 versus 5 with over a minute on the clock.
Oh, I'm gonna need a replay of that after this. That was so sick. She got chill sitting here, and CLG is just playing really beautiful Counter-Strike. The utility they used to either delay or, again, the support flashes to help BiBiAhn over towards long. They've been working out, not just this round, but previously too. And then, once more, they end themselves in a very favorable situations. 2 players up. Well, make it free.
That's a lot of information now for the remainder of CLG. Jessica versus an entire wall of CT players. Another one in the bag. That bag's looking pretty full at the moment. 11-1 for CLG. A landslide of rounds on their CT side of Overpass.
Yeah, this is also... surprisingly, EG have been struggling actually quite a fair amount.
Have a look at this.
Oh, it's so... Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, who would have... This is the thing. BiBiAhn, of course, recently picked up by CLG. They knew exactly what they were doing with that pickup. See, BiBiAhn, ever that she was performing, of course, in Mindfreak, yeah, sure, Mindfreak might not have had the best results, but her as an individual was always someone to keep your eye on, and who was definitely always delivering in the server. Now that she's come here, surprisingly, it's actually a lot of the new additions for CLG that seem to be fragging out of their minds.
Almost 20 frags for BiBiAhn. She was on 17 for a while, so cool down for a moment to let her teammates contribute. And here now we finally see a different approach from EG as far as the upper part of the map is concerned. Big presence around the playground. But also perfect timing for CLG to change their aggression as well. They've been playing around with EG around long A for many a round. And now just as EG kind of look to match that aggression, CLG have entirely changed their intentions. They're one step ahead.
This time around, Piggy does go for a bit of a contestment into connector, throws in a smoke, so that gives her a bit of cover and therefore also space to work with. And now the question is, can they actually capitalize on the space that they're now getting? You know, now they have a bit more of a defaulty play. They're now picking up the bomb. And EG can try and wrap around this A side. Now, there are still 2 players here ready in the bathroom. I love this positioning of BiBiAhn, boosted up, with then the backup of Goosebreeder by herself. Now, long at the moment not being held, so she definitely also needs to be aware of her back. But with this, oh my goodness, they're going to make a move for it. Well, they need to be very soon. They're still shifting, though. And I'm a bit worried here.
Yeah, this clock is becoming their enemy very quickly indeed, and the opening frag is the bomb at the feet of Goosebreeder. That's worst case scenario. Empathy and PiggyKiKi, the only two remaining now, as Goosebreeder tries to hide in plain sight, creeping around the wall, just causing problems there, just teasing, poking, prodding, and then disengaging again, only to drop PiggyKiKi. So have a look at that difference in play from CLG. After so much aggression towards long, they completely choose the right round to completely fall back, play passive instead, and EG spends so much time carefully moving forward that, again, once you get to like the 40-second mark, I think that's a big time to check and see, all right, how close are we to planting the bomb? And they're only halfway through the toilets. They lose the bomb immediately with the first player there, so quite slow indeed. Again, they are at the mercy of CLG Red. They changed their positions, and they are dictating where these fights take place, and EG haven't found a way to do anything about that.
It was almost as if it was a bit of a false sense of security, like, oh, we got all this map control, but then they're starting to think they must be somewhere. Where exactly are they at? And it takes so much time. And this time around, it wasn't even due to utility at all. Just them being in their own mind, stuck completely. And now already, the map control is coming to bite you straight from behind, time and time again. BiBiAhn, it's not necessarily good for a kill just yet, but the pressure that she just keeps on applying, EG completely split up, and there's nothing that they can do. Guarded all by herself, and with that, they just add on a 13th round to the board.
Yeah, this is a mauling from CLG. It's like when someone climbs into the lion enclosure at the zoo. Nothing good happens after that. And Evil Geniuses are definitely in the enclosure of CLG Red. Defenses of Overpass are a do not proceed kind of area as far as CLG CT side is concerned. There's absolutely no answer from Evil Geniuses to these plays of CLG Red. The aggression's taking them off guard, and again, CLG Red, they've been setting the pace on their CT side. They've been deciding when to change it. Just a pistol round. The only thing that EG have to show at present, they will be at the mercy of the pistol round in the second half, but, well, they've got, oh no, that's simply sloppy from Garden and Milky, not checking the sandbag position before they're looking for where they're going to line up the grenades, and that is essentially handing the round to CLG here.
They're going to boost as well. Well, this one does get expected. Straight from the wood, though. Kone does strike with the ARP. You get one, but yeah, CLG just simply strikes back.
Yeah, that moment there is kind of inexcusable. There's no reason to not be checking the choke point properly instead of looking at the admiring the ammonia in the water coming out of the sewers here. Jesco will have to rescue the bomb. Now, there's 42 seconds on the clock. They have control of the bomb, and that means that in most cases, wherever they go, they'll be in a 2 versus 2 situation. They've given a sound cue away, though, which will create a focus towards B. But if they're lucky, there's only 2 people here. If they're not, it's a lot worse for them.
Once again, time will be of the essence. Only this time around, there's not a Molotov, for example, to deny them, but, well, it will have to be the AWP instead. Jessica's looking around. Where are these CTs at? Well, not straight into Monster, and with that, a 14-1 half. And CLG, while they are looking to close it out, can they do it? We will find out after this.
In a helpful hand, broken bones in a bloodstained flag, open road and nomadic plans. a quiet town. Bodies fall upon sacred ground. Burn a flag and a king is crowned. Coming to get you. I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'ma bring it in the fight. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm the reaper in the dead of night. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Bringing the fire, baby. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm burning you in my dead of night.
CLG Red have 14 times the score of Evil Geniuses. Quick maths. The pistol round is going to be crucial. Otherwise, it's match point. It's that simple. It could hardly be worse for EG right now as they start on the CT side in the second half.
Yeah, EG have been struggling actually with Overpass a fair amount of times already in the online season. But for example, they kept losing it to Please Send Box, who are, I think, like the third team at the moment in the NA region. So a bit shaky here and there, and then they ended up picking it here, or leaving it up to Overpass against CLG Red. Well, if you're going to be playing them, you better show your A game. Well, all right. At least looking to change things up. There's a nice clean kill coming out of Garden. That's the star player taken out, and Empathy also continues to strike here over towards A long, sending CLG Red straight back into Connector.
Cutting noise, but it looks like they may have to open the door. That is a squeaky door. No WD-40 on that one. You can see how they post up on the angles. Again, even in a little scenario like that, the sheer discipline. They play a really tight game, CLG Red. Oh, that's a tight headshot from Garden. 5 versus 2. So patient with these one-shots that we've seen from EG. And that's exactly the kind of round we need to see from them. There'll be some cheap helmets for the likes of Kiki, Jessica, and Milky as well, which will help their economy just a little bit. But it was a must-win, and they did win from EG. But they've only won pistol rounds in this game so far.
Exactly, and that's a problem. Now, the good thing is CLG didn't get a bomb plant, so that means absolutely no money in the bank. And with that, they will go for a nice eco. Now, they have a decoy. I'm curious to see where that one will be thrown. If that's a bit of a strategy that they will use, but instead, there we go, just going straight up on the playground area. Gonna be contested though. Empathy actually misses a couple of shots, an opportunity there, but the information certainly has been gained, and you can already see another couple of players come in to back up. Oh, well, maybe not overextend like that.
Yeah, just stuck there. The last thing you want to do is get caught out and isolated, trying to play range with the FAMAS, but she couldn't get back to the long position. And no, there may be some shortcuts taken there. You don't want to, you lose so much time if you go the safe way. And you can get some like jump throw flashbangs, which may offer some support, but that FAMAS has well and certainly been lost. And again, an eco round from CLG Red, a Glock round more or less. So I think even what they've done now is a successful round for them. They're going to try and abuse the numbers towards this B bomb site, but it should be a shooting gallery for Evil Geniuses with the lack of Kevlar on the likes of CLG Red. He'll get a second kill from that. That's a huge round for them. 2 kills on a CT side with basically Glocks going into this one. That is fantastic from CLG Red and just puts even more pressure on EG.
Yeah, the best things they've said were a couple of FAMASs, so not too ideal if you are EG. I mean, eventually they did manage to clean it up. I was a bit scared if they're going to be sending out Kodo first. That who knows what could that FAMAS be doing. But now, CLG, they certainly have a little lacking utility on a couple of players, but nonetheless, the better weapons, I would say. 4 on AKs. And if BiBiAhn is going to be continuing to strike like she did in the first half, it's going to be very dangerous.
Game really begins now. Jessica was dropped towards long toilets versus, well, there were 3 Ts moving up long as we can see now. So not an ideal situation, but such is life sometimes. Empathy gonna go through the smoke. That flash may come a little early though, because that range is going to be at the advantage of the AK-47s, of course. So a second player lost. Big losses early for EG. 4 versus 3 with a minute on the clock. They don't have position towards B. Milky will be holding down short B, but that means that CLG have a 4v2 situation on this bomb site.
Oh, well, BiBiAhn, she does now go down. There's actually a nice flash coming out, but once again, it does get traded. Time will eventually be of the essence, but it's being so tough here for EG. The smoke's still there. Molotov on top of it, forcing her to go out. She's very desperate for kills. At least grabs 1. And Kelsey straight there on the truck. Also, she will go down. And that leaves just 1 more position to check. That's the bathroom. Exactly planted for there. She's hoping that with a fake defuse, she could catch Mass off guard. Just half HP, but so is she. Also very low. And eventually, they do hang on. But it was very close.
Hashtag wide swingers. Mads, I would just love to watch her POVs of an entire match. I think she's a really interesting player from what we've seen so far for CLG Red. And again, Jessica just fighting. I mean, the odds were low in a situation like that. Too many FAMASs versus too many AKs. CLG abusing the numbers immediately as well. 3 players to duel, 1 on long toilets. So again, just playing very well indeed, CLG Red, and using all the advantages available to them. Really squeezing all the juice out of the lemon there. And EG are on a force buy now against many a match point. 1 rifle on the 5 players, and we see the airstrike coming through from CLG Red. They're really showing how much work they've put into this map as a team, and it is scary from what we're seeing right now.
Stuck in the smoke, but Milky is hoping to slink. That's 2 kills, and Garden gets a follow-up as well. Suddenly, there's a bit of a chance here for EG. It is still so close, and who knows what Matt and Kode can do. Currently doing so well for the CLG squad, but it's scary. They took definitely a large chunk of damage already. Masters on 20 HP. They will slow it down.
Milky has the bomb as well. Very unlikely situation. She has the bomb at her feet after those 5-7 frags. Jessica is going to be playing with her as well. So they've got a trade frag situation. You can see the jiggles and Gardens watching the 6 staying in the B bomb site. 39 seconds for CLG to figure this out. Kaode's going to have to try and find the right angle now. Oh, well, she had this right idea, but the crosshair didn't do the job. So Mads has a decision to make. 20 seconds on the clock, and I think she's looking to save the AK for the next round, but she will be denied. Could have been a hero rifle, and that could have been enough, but it will be denied as well.
Yeah, but keep in mind, of course, the buffer that CLG has to work with. But good job. I like what EG was doing in, honestly, man, Milky time and time again. And yeah, everyone seems to be warming up a little bit, but I just wonder, you know, it's 15-4. It all seems a tad bit too late.
Got 2 HEs again. Okay, 1 for the connector position. I did wonder if there was going to be some kind of airstrike. Coordinated airstrike somewhere, and not on this occasion. So, a quick eco round is a good eco round as far as I'm concerned, and so far so good in that respect. Mads in the clutch now with the Galil, looking to... Thought she was going to commit to the bomb plant there, but it is a very good angle for Garden. Almost, but not quite. 4 HP, but Garden is still alive. So, that's the 5th round on the board. And again, in terms of sports psychology, they're 10 rounds away, but you have to take it 1 round at a time. 1 round 10 times rather than 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Make it bite size.
That is the way. And they're certainly looking a lot stronger. Of course, this was against the majority just pistols. But even so, the money is not too ideal still for CLG Red. We have Kaude, limited amount of utility, and just a mech 10 I wouldn't be surprised if she's just going to be sent scouting somewhere to rush, grab a bit of information. And as of right now, just going fast-paced towards long. That was almost a collateral as Kaude took a large chunk of damage as well. Oh man, imagine if that was a double kill. But so far, great start by AG. You know, repositioning, falling back a little bit. Still holding out for long, and also, yeah, on the B side. Not really too busy with connector again. So that might be an opportunity for CLG Red.
Mads biding her time. If there was a pop flash play or similar, she would likely have a good position. Now, they may need some... They may need to rely on some individual play, although with the crossfire that EG have, especially with PiggyKiKi as well, by the pillar, they may need a little more than that. EG doing well to hold on to their smoke grenades. Make them come in a little late, but here comes Mads now looking for the entry. Eating a flashbang though from the CT side. That's worked out really well for PiggyKiKi with 3 frags right now. This is exactly what they need. Now, Goosebreeder could go hero rifle in the next round. Again, if they are able to plant a bomb in that round, then they should be okay in terms of money. If they lose the round, of course. She will try to make it expensive. 14 seconds on the clock, and she'll try to continue to be a threat. So maybe she goes to die on her sword here and tries to maim the CT economy. She will be fragged eventually. So it's good to see that EG are not shy to play their game. They're not going to be conditioned into playing too safe by the scoreline. We saw the aggressive play at the beginning here, almost collecting 2. So they need to be willing, they need to have the confidence to make those plays and take control of the game and then fall back with an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That is the important thing, to not really overthink the situation and to just play to your own strengths. Now, last time around, once again, not really that much map presence. They were heavily focusing on long, but after that, they did lose once more a big chunk of the map. So it got scary for a second, especially towards that short area. But then again, the better rifles definitely won it over the buy that CLG was having. But now it's simply just back to the drawing board. And hope that you can deliver the same thing, but then against a... well, still a bit of a messy buy on the side of CLG, but the one to come after this, the pressure certainly will be on.
So despite the loss of Goosebreeder at the end there will be a hero rifle in the hands of BiBiAhn. Now everyone's got Kevlar, so if BiBiAhn does fall, then that rifle can be picked up by someone else who can take a duel, take a bullet here or there, and try to open up the map. Dodging the grenades for the most part at the beginning of the round. CLG, their map control isn't too horrible. Again, EG want to try and abuse range as best they can, so they will be further back. But if CLG can close the distance around the toilets, then things could potentially get awkward for EG. Empathy is near long with the AWP. But we're looking at a 5v2 situation on this A bomb site. So if Jessica gets overwhelmed, then things could get a little weird for Empathy with the AWP. It may be a fight or flight situation.
They don't really clear out the corner, but eventually a great trade coming out of BiBiAhn with that Galil, and she is still there, hoping to strike Empathy in a very awkward position. She misses a shot as well, and that leaves just Garden to peek off this dumpster position. A rotate will come through, but once again they're being denied. Now there's also a couple of pieces of utility, and a bomb has been planted.
Oh, Garden with the Molotov towards the truck. The site will just ensure that there are no Ts there, which makes it easier for the retake, but that will cost most of her HP getting tagged through the wall there by the AWP, now in the hands of Goosebreeder. There is no utility for a safe defuse. They have the defuse kits, of course, but they're going to have to find the frags if they want to survive this round. It's as simple as that. The bomb is planted. The bomb is taking. They're looking for the kill so far. Not so good, as only PiggyKiKi remains now 1v1. But where is Goosebreeder with that AWP? Here she is, and there is the game. A huge performance from her side on Overpass.
Yeah, of course, this all started off in that first half, which was so dominant. That CT side, there was absolutely not a single crack into it, maybe apart from the pistols.
I would be shocked if we see a better performance on Overpass from another team in this tournament, especially on the CT side. They have so much synergy as a unit.
Yeah.